Hello, good morning to all of you guys. Thank you for attending to this webinar. I think we're going to start. I know it's Friday. Many of you maybe have other things even better than look at this Jaltest webinar, case study on the John Deere 6R. So for those who couldn't attend this time, you're going to have access to this video recording on our YouTube channel, okay, online. So anytime you want to look at this session, you're going to be able to watch it, okay? So as I said, today is the case study on a John Deere 6R. Okay, we're going to focus on one of the most common faults for this vehicle, for this tractor, okay? We're gonna see the engine overheating fault search process with Jaltest for this level 21 entering tier 4 engine. Okay, we can find this engine, as I said, on a 6R or even on a 8R, which is a bigger tractor, more powerful, and depending on the areas, on the regions where you guys are located, you're gonna see more one or the other. Okay. Also, this engine you can find in other combines, John Deere combines, as the W500 series or the W600 series, or even on the sprayers, John Deere sprayers 49 series. Okay. This is one, the engine overheating fault is a problem that often affects engines. Okay, when those overheats, if one of the components responsible of the refrigerator fails. Okay. For example, in this case, we're going to talk about the engine fan. Okay? Of course, I mean, if this kind of fault is not found, fixing the problem is going to be or could be very expensive in the long term for the owner of the tractor. Okay. So that's why we think that is a good case to talk about it. Okay. Starting with the software. Okay. I'll show you how to work with the tool from the very beginning. Okay. Every time we start working with Jaltest, we need to click on the main menu. Okay. We click on Jaltest link, and then we need to select USB or Bluetooth. Okay. We need to tell software in this case if we are going to communicate with the link device, with the Jaltest link device through USB cord or through Bluetooth. Okay. In this case, I have here my unit, which is connected through USB. Okay, so we run the connection test, and once we get this information here, okay, the serial number, the voltage, and everything in this box, it means that we are okay, so we can start working with the tool. Okay. Okay, next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna very quick activate here my simulation code, okay, just to show you all the capabilities of the software under the demo mode. All right. Okay, so now we just need to proceed to identify the vehicle we're working with. Okay, we know it's a John Deere. Okay, for that we just need to click on the Ag Vehicles icon here at the bottom of the screen. Okay, and then we're gonna need to select the manufacturer, the brand. Okay, you see here up to 46 different brands on our software right now for the agricultural vehicles model, and I have here my favorite ones. Okay, you can just set up yours as you like it. Okay, I have Case and John Deere, so I select John Deere, and then we just need to look for the right model. Okay, we were talking before that we're gonna work with this level 21 entering tier 4 engine. Okay, so even if we look here, I can type it in. Level 21, and we're going to see all the different models, all the different John Deere models where we are going to find that kind of engine. Okay, right now we see here the 6R series, but we have always the option to go through the main menu, go to C series, and select the 6R series. Okay, Right now, we're gonna have the option to do all system scan, okay? So we're gonna start looking for all the different control units, electronic control units present on the vehicle, okay? Or we can just go for the main ones or just select the ones we wanna work with, okay? In this case, we could just select the engine, but I'm gonna do the all system scan so I can show you guys all the systems that we are covering for this particular tractor, okay? Once we select all system scan, I'm gonna try to scan all the different control units in the vehicle. We need also to select the connector we are working with, the one that we're gonna be using, okay? Click on this socket icon here, and we just need to tell the software again if we're gonna work with this connector, the JDC 213M3, which is the old black 9-pin connector, or if we're gonna do it most likely with the newer high-speed connector, the 9-pin green one, okay? We select that connection, show you in this picture where the connector is located on the tractor, okay? And we just click on scan. Clicking on scan, we're gonna start the process detecting all the different systems for this tractor, okay? Not only the main ones, the engine, the hydraulics, but also all the auxiliary ones. Okay, you see, starting with the radio, parking lock unit, body computer, all of them. Okay, just allow the system to pull out all the different control units, and then we're gonna go to the engine one. Okay, again to this level 21 entering tier 4 to work with that particular system with the engine block. Okay, it was finishing with the transmission identification. We have now all of them. And here is the full picture of this vehicle, this tractor, right? Here we can see also on the right side of the screen that we have this red warning showing us that we have different fault codes, okay? Also, we have this number here, that meaning the number of fault codes that we are having for each electronic control unit, okay? This is just to show us a picture of everything we have on the vehicle without having to connect to each of the system individually, okay? Imagine you want to look at the fault codes also on the body computer. You just need to click on this icon here and you're going to see them. Okay, you can expand them, right? And now, as I said, we're going to connect to the engine system, okay? Electronic diesel control, okay? We select it and we click on connect. Okay? Now we are going to access to the full menu, okay, to the diagnostics menu. Just one more time, let me remind you guys that it doesn't matter if we are working with a John Deere tractor, with a Case, with a New Holland, or even with a Caterpillar excavator or with a truck. We're gonna see always the same menu. Okay, the menu is gonna look slightly the same, but of course with different capabilities depending on the kind of vehicle, the manufacturer, and the system we're working with, right? So right now, we can start reading fault codes. Okay, if we were connected to a real vehicle, that's where usually we're going to start doing, right? Reading the fault codes, so we can pull out all the present fault codes on this engine. Okay, right now, as I said, we are under demo mode, but we are showing here 2 random engine fault codes. Okay, that we can work with. But as I said before, today, in this case, studying this John Deere 6R series, we're gonna work on the engine overheating fault. Okay, so for that, we're gonna use this icon here. This is for the manual diagnosis. Okay, we click on that, and I'm gonna type it in the John Deere fault code okay, for this particular fault. Okay, this case is gonna be this one. I type it in the fault code. So I'm gonna pull all the information. We see here, we are under the manual diagnosis code 1639.01, okay? And this is about the fan speed too low, okay? So we're gonna start working with that, okay? We have a vehicle, we have this John Deere 600 series, and we know that there is a fault related with the fan speed that is too low and that is causing the engine overheating, okay? First of all, we are showing here that this, of course, this fault code could be related, and in fact it is, with the fan RPM sensor, right? So we're gonna be able to see more information about the component, okay? So how it looks, but even more important than that is gonna be displaying the measurements, okay? I'm gonna show you now. Okay, we can check also the wiring diagrams here. Okay, so where is this particular sensor connected on the ECU, on the electronic control unit of this vehicle? Okay, and in the engine. That is important, but because in case we need to replace that particular sensor, or in case we want to look if there is a short circuit or anything like that in the windings, we're gonna need to know where is it connected on the electronic control unit. Okay, so right now we're showing you this sensor, okay, the fan RPM sensor is connected on the pin 36 and 33. We go up, we see that both are connected on the X3 bus. So if we double click on the ECU, we're gonna see, first of all, how it looks, okay? And then with this picture, we're gonna be able to identify which one, where the X3 bus is located. Okay, we see that it's the upper one. So then we just need to here and see again, this was connected on the pins 36 and 33, right? So we're going to be able to count the pins, okay? 1 to 12, 13 to 22, 23 to 32. So we know this is going to be one of them, the 33, and the other one is going to be the 36, okay? With that information, as I said, now we know where we need to go in order to replace this particular sensor, okay? In the ECU, where is it connected, right? Also, of course, I mean, as I said before, we're going to be able to check if there is that there is not a short circuit between the pins A and B, okay? And also that there is continuity between the component pin and the corresponding pin at the ECU, right? So once we do that, we're gonna need to perform one other check, okay? Let's go and see the measurements. Measurements related with this fan speed, okay? We go back to the Diagnostics menu. Okay, I'm gonna close this window here. We go to monitoring, and we go to live data selection, okay? So even if we run the engine, we're gonna be able to see live data information, okay? Right now, I select all the measurements here, okay? But we can just look for the ones we're interested in. Imagine you wanna check only pressures, you select pressures, okay? But right now, I'm gonna select all of them, and I'm gonna type in here, fan, okay? Because of the fault of this case study, again, the engine overheating fault, we're going to be interested in looking at the fan speed, the desired revolutions, and for instance, also the fan speed, the real value. Okay, we select both of them, and we're going to be able to check them in the list. Okay. Also, we're going to give you here more information. Again, how the sensor looks, the pins, right? And as I said, we can see them, these measurements, in a list or even graph them. Okay? Imagine we run the engine and start like moving the graphs and everything. And imagine you want to take a screenshot of that. We can do it, okay? I just stop here, and we're going to take a screenshot that I'm going to include in the diagnostic report. I'm going to show you later how it looks, okay? I think it's a good example now. I include that in the diagnostic report, and we can keep working with the tool, okay? We can see them also in some other formats, okay? It's not big deal, but just another way to check this same measurements, right? So now, once we were able to check also the live data selection related with this fault code, okay, the fan speed, we're going to be able to perform a check. Okay, we're going to start with the system checkings. Okay, first of all, I would perform the fan regulation test. Okay, click on fan regulation, and first of all, Jaltest is going to give you always the explanation. Okay, what are you doing? We're doing a test that is going to allow us to check the engine fan can reach the required revolutions. Okay, we click on check. Okay, we just let you know that the users know that the fan that is installed in the vehicle must be a Bistronic type. Okay, that's a viscous fan clutch. And we click on check, and we're going to be able to perform the system checking. Okay, always. With Jaltest, we're going to give you the initial conditions. Okay, in this case, we're telling you that we need to keep the engine at high speed several minutes. Okay, we're showing here the engine speed, the RPMs, and check again, and we're going to be able to perform the actuation. Okay, in this case, we just need to type in here the RPMs we want to reach. Okay, and we're going to perform the system checking. Okay. Part of this fan regulation system checking, okay, as we checked before, the issue with this fault code could be related with the windings. Okay, we showed you before on the winding diagrams, but there's always good to perform another test, the engine winding test. Okay, we click on that, and exactly the same thing. First of all, we explain the customer, we explain the user. What is this test about? This test allows to check the engine winding and associated components. When starting the test, it is possible to hear several actuators. For example, the ones performing the learning process. Click on check, and we're going to give you exactly the same as the one before. Okay, initial conditions, some conditions that we need to perform in order to be able to complete the test. To make this test, the engine must be stopped. Okay, key on, engine off, and the engine wiring will be tested now in order to check for possible failures. Okay, we just click on the check mark. You see here this red alert. That means that we need to have the engine stop, otherwise it's gonna give us an error. Okay, again, we are under the demo mode right now. Click on check, and we perform this engine wiring test. The process has finished. Please diagnose the system and check there are not fault codes stored in the control unit. This is as simple as that. Okay, right now we are in the simulation mode, but even if you have the vehicle, you're gonna see that it takes exactly the same time. You don't have to do anything else than I just show you guys here on the screen. Okay, this is how easy it is to work with Jaltest and how easy it is to perform some of these system check-ins. In this case, we're talking about the engine wiring test. Okay. So after completing these very basic steps, but which is all the process, we check both. I mean, we check the components both physically and also electronically with Jaltest. Okay, and the user can be sure now that the fan is not working correctly. Okay, in this case, where's going to be the solution? Well, the customer is going to need to replace probably that fan clutch. Okay, and they are going to need to call their parts distributor. By the way, guys, just for you to know, Kujali offers also fan clutches for the AG sector, okay, for the AG vehicles. So in this case, I'm sure Kojali will be able to provide you also the full solution, providing you the fan clutch for this John Deere 6R series. Okay. Imagine we are done with the tractor. Of course, we have many other capabilities, many other options here in the software. Okay, I'm sure most of you know about them. Otherwise, you can check one of the latest webinars. My colleague Isidro performed it weeks ago about the how to diagnose a tractor, how to do diagnosis in agricultural vehicles, where he showed pretty much all the different options. Okay, that we have for these vehicles. Okay, right now, again, we're talking about this John Deere 6R series, but of course, depending on the manufacturer, depending on the model, we're going to see these or other capabilities. Okay. So imagine we're good. Imagine we're done working with this tractor. We can just click on disconnect or just go to the home menu, and the system is going to ask us if we want to save a diagnostic report. Okay, I'm going to say yes. So we're going to save this diagnostic report. You see, it's pretty easy. You can also include these reports on a customers or vehicles record database, okay, or just add your comments, use it however you want to do it, okay. Click on check, and right now it's generating the diagnostic report, which has been successfully saved on the software. Now, as I said, we go to the home menu, and I'm going to show you very quick how we can check those diagnostic report, how we can check what we have done on the tractor before, everything we have done on the tractor before. For that, we need to come here to this bottom here, GRP, that's the Garage Resource Planning. Click on that, and we're going to be able to check all the reports that we have saved before on the software. Okay. Right now, talking about this 6R series, we select it, or we just double click, and we're going to be able to check the diagnosis report. I'm going to show you how it looks very quick, so you can see everything we have done in this case study on the John Deere 6R series to check this engine overheating fault that was related with the fan. Okay, so we see here, I mean, you guys, any customer can set up these reports as they want it. They can just put here the logo they want to use. Okay, we're going to have all the information regarding this vehicle, the VIN number, license plate, also all the systems that we have scanned with the present focus, the active ones, or even the non-active or other focus that we may have on the electronic control units. Okay. Finishing reading all the focus that we have done on this tractor. It has a lot of electronics, a lot of systems. So all of them are going to be recorded here in the full code. And then remember, we were reading the full codes. We're going to have here all the information. Even if we don't have the vehicle, we are going to be able to check those reports to check the information that was present at that time when we were working with the vehicle. Okay. You see here that we were monitoring the live data selection, the fan speed. Remember, we're going to have that information stored, recorded here in the diagnostic report, as well as the screenshot that, if you guys remember, I included. Okay. And the same thing with the system check-ins that we were performing. Okay, the fan regulation and then engine wiring test. At the end of the report, we have this possibility here to use them as an invoice, to just type in the hours, the price, even the customer signature for approval. Okay, so that's just for you to know pretty much all. Just a quick look about the main capabilities of this software, Jaltest. Okay. So this was pretty much everything. Now is the time, if you have questions, to let us know. You can type it in over the chat window, and we're gonna reply them. I'm gonna start now a 5 to 10 time period session for all your questions, and we're gonna be more than welcome to reply all of them if you have some. Thank you very much for attending. As I said before, this webinar, this case study on the John Deere 6R is going to be on our YouTube channel. Okay, so any of you are going to be able to watch this video whenever you guys want to do it, and show it to whenever you want. Right? Thank you very much.